There's a rule in writing that the characters you create should have flaws, but anime, being the innovative medium it is, likes to step out of the boundaries. The first overpowered isekai protagonist to ever exist was Kirito from Sword Art Online. But what are some new names that have taken up the spot? Today, we're counting down the top 10 new isekai anime with an overpowered main character. Before starting, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future updates like this. Let's get started. You know the character is overpowered when the anime title even mentions that, right? Yes, we're speaking about Seiya Ryuguin from Cautious Hero. He is not only the main protagonist of the series, but also one of the most overpowered anime protagonists in recent anime. He's a hero chosen by the goddess Ristate, and as obvious by the name, he is known to be extremely cautious. Seiya is good at learning any new technique, and due to his overly cautiousness, he predicts the scenarios of any potential enemy even before his opponent's first move. Even if we ignore his personality, Seiya has trained himself up until the very peak condition. He is not only fast and strong, but a skilled sword fighter as well.
その名はリムルテンペスト。一匹のスライムである。
Slimes may be the easiest and basic enemy you find in an isekai game. But that's just your mindset speaking if you haven't seen Rimuru Tempest in action. He was a boss who was murdered by his subordinate and later was reincarnated as a slime in a fantasy world. Rimuru's strength lies in his skill, the Predator, which allows him to gain skill by absorbing anything in the world. Rimuru has a strong magical energy, but that doesn't mean he has to always rely on it in battle. He can use fighting spirit technique with Herculean strength, which makes him a real opponent in battle. And thanks to the guidance of Hakuro, his skill with the sword was improved as well. Next up we have Shiroe, the main character of Log Horizon. He is half elf enchanter scribe and is one of the most powerful enchanters in the series. Unlike others, the reason for his skill is because he was a veteran in the original Adult Tale MMORPG. Shiroe's main skill is contract art ceremony, which allows him to create contracts that have the ability to change laws that exist in this world. Even though his class is the weakest in the game, Shiroe is ironically one of the strongest in that department. Apart from his magic powers, Shiroe is also a good strategist. So his opponents should make sure that they have the brains to challenge him as well.
That is some seriously strong elemental magic.
When you become the demon lord of the game, you should be hella powerful, right? True, and that's what happened to Takuma Sakamoto, who got reincarnated in a magical game called Cross Reverie as a demon lord named Diablo. Now, before he was summoned, he was known in the game for his extreme power. He always held back his power against the other players because he knew the potential of his power. And when he was reincarnated back as a demon lord, his power levels remained the same, once again making him one of the strongest characters in the game. He can even beat down players with higher level equipment without breaking a sweat, which says how powerful he is. Yes, we're talking about Rising of the Shield Hero next, the story of the boy who was insulted by the queen and later switched personalities to become more badass. Naofumi Iwatani was named as one of the strongest characters in the series, since everyone considered the Shield Hero to be the weakest when it came to the 4 legendary heroes. But Naofumi learned and thrived on his own, and develop his own skills and learn how to use powers for his advantage, which obviously made him overpowered. He has many powerful attacks in his arsenal, such as the Shield Prison and Air Strike Shield. Due to his legendary class, he is also immune to poison, motion sickness, and alcohol, which makes him a tough opponent in the Shield Hero universe.
I guess
things aren't going like you thought they would, are they?
Next up, we have a 13-year-old girl in our list, and don't be surprised, because Tanya Von Degurechaff from Saga of Tanya the Evil can be one of the most haunting and dangerous children you'll ever see in the battlefield. From a Machiavellian laugh to a short and angry look, there is nothing about this girl you can label as weak. Tanya rose up in the ranks as a lieutenant colonel because of her skill, and she has a masterful grip of magic which makes her one of the toughest soldiers the army has. Since her magic power feeds her weapons, she can obliterate armies without any issue, and no, she won't feel any remorse about that either. We did mention she was evil, right? Izayoi Sakamaki is always the person considered as the main protagonist of the series, so we had to give him the number 4 spot in our list. Unlike other overpowered characters, Izayoi doesn't have a main goal and is only there to have some fun, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have enough power to have fun. His gift is known as Code Unknown, which can negate and destroy other gifts. He also has inhuman strength, and is the only person who defended himself against a demon lord in the past. He also has enhanced speed and can move at lightning speed between his targets, and on the other hand, he also possesses infinite durability, which gives him great defense. He is truly an all-rounder when it comes to overpowered protagonists. This time we have a reverse of the regular isekai formula. Sadao Maou was a devil in the fantasy world who got accidentally reincarnated into our world moments before his defeat. As Satan himself, he has the control of an absolute demonic power, which is the strongest magical power in the world. Besides his demonic strength and agility, Sadao Maou possesses mind control, hypnosis, and telekinetic powers, making him one of the strongest sentient beings out there. He has sleep spells that can make an entire city slumber, and time alteration powers that can stop time. He is a Satan after all, so you shouldn't complain about him being overpowered. We know we talked about overpowered characters with magic in our video, but we're sure they all will falter if they go face to face with Shin Wolford. After Shin died in the present world, he was reincarnated in Shin Wolford in another fantasy world. Shin is the grandson of Merlin Wolford, who is one of the strongest magic users in the world, and obviously his strength was passed on to his grandson. Shin's powers lies in using his knowledge of his past life to make him stronger. And a funny thing that is emphasized in the anime is that Shin doesn't know his own boundaries of power, so he always ends up overdoing it. Skilled in defense, offense, flying, lightning, water, fire, and wind magic at the same time, Shin is one of the most powerful magic users ever to exist in anime.
You wanted a massacre, you'll get one.
The one to top our list is the protagonist of Overlord, the one who was formerly known as Momonga, Overlord of the Great Tomb of Nazarick, and the person who created Pandora's actor. This Overlord is not only the strongest guild master in the Isekai universe, but also the strongest magic wielder of all time. He's ranked as the Adamantium Adventurer and has owned the epithet King of Darkness and Sorcerer King.
I am called the Supreme Overlord. You'll see that I was given that name for a reason.
In the Overlord franchise, the maximum amount of spells any person can learn is 300. But Ainz has mastered his ability to learn all 718 spells ever to exist. Back when the online game still existed, Ainz was known for trapping players to ambush them and using their defeat to level himself up. He's cunning, vicious, and also has a Machiavellian personality. He is the strongest when it comes to classes and has enough power to blast armies away. Ainz Ooal Gone is truly the master when it comes to overpowered protagonists in isekai worlds. So, did you like all this? Let us know who your favorite overpowered character from this list is. And don't forget to drop out a few names we missed. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on notifications for future updates. That's it for today. We'll see you in our next video.